As the conflict in Sudan rages on for a second year, the country is grappling with a humanitarian crisis, with millions of residents struggling to find their next meal. Food is growing increasingly thin on the ground, and the price of the few supplies there are has rocketed. Officials have accused the warring sides, the Sudanese army and the paramilitary rapid support forces, of using control over food access as a weapon. On Tuesday, the head of the US Agency for International Development urged the two sides to protect civilians and called for the Sudanese army to open an aid route into Darfur.
In Sudan, SAF and RSF obstruction of humanitarian assistance is driving historic levels of starvation. We need the SAF to open the Adre crossing, an essential aid route into Darfur, and for the RSF and the SAF to protect civilians and aid workers now.
Both sides reject the accusations levelled against them. But as she announced $315 million in new US humanitarian aid for the country on Friday, Power warned that barely any assistance was reaching isolated communities. Her comments came as Fasher, the capital of the North Darfur region and a former humanitarian hub, entered its second month under siege by the RSF. Clashes in the area are threatening water access for hundreds and thousands of civilians. Since the war broke out in April last year, some 14,000 people have been killed and more than 10 million displaced. According to officials, the country is facing the world's deadliest famine in 40 years.